Welcome to Inside Eugene. I'm your host, Marin Stewart. Each episode, we take you behind the scenes of library, recreation, and cultural services to meet the people and programs that make the Eugene, Oregon community shine. In today's Spotlight episode, we're talking adaptive martial arts and self-defense with Jeff Campbell, a lifelong martial artist who's passionate about making movement accessible for everyone. Jeff shares how his work with Parkinson's patients inspired him to create classes that build confidence, coordination, and situational awareness. We'll explore why these programs matter, who they're for, and how they're helping people discover their strength in a supportive community. Welcome, Jeff.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
So tell me a bit about your background in martial arts and adaptive classes.
Throughout my life, I've helped teach classes, but I've been involved in martial arts for 40 years. Started as a karate guy and then got into other things like Filipino martial arts and Thai kickboxing and jiu-jitsu and you name it, done a little bit of everything. And really wanted to stay involved, but really wanted to make a difference in people's lives and not necessarily be an instructor at a regular brick and mortar school. And I had the opportunity to get involved with Rocksteady Boxing, which is it's an organization for people with Parkinson's. It's a non-contact boxing program. So that's kind of how I got involved there. And worked at a couple of places. And I just had the idea, I asked one of the physical therapists, hey, I want to try something. And I brought in the sticks and kind of showed her what I was going to do. And she goes, hey, let's try it. And it really worked out great. So yeah, I've been doing this for a few years now.
Why are adaptive classes like these important for the Eugene community?
For me, I've worked in the Parkinson's community for about 2 years. And I think it's important I call it people outside the circle, people who would not, you've got dozens of martial arts gyms in Eugene, and people who may be intimidated or don't feel comfortable are not going to be, you're not going to meet them where they are. And it's important to give people an opportunity to explore these things.
You just mentioned this, but who specifically benefits from these types of classes?
Well, I think if you are seated or use a wheelchair, or if you have Parkinson's or any of those type conditions, this is a perfect class for you.
So hearing that, what would you say to somebody who might be worried that these classes aren't tailored to their needs?
I tailor everything to the person. I learned that a long time ago in Parkinson's that everybody's different. What they're capable of doing is different. And we're not here for you to get your yellow belt and then your green belt. And we're not doing belts. We're not competing against each other. We're not fighting, sparring. I want them to leave, every time they leave here, they feel better about themselves and they can move better than when they came in here.
Yeah, definitely. What are the key skills you're building in class that you hope are useful to your students outside of class?
Yeah, for the seated class, we're looking at balance, focus, timing, distance, your rhythm, your coordination, Filipino double stick. The thing about double sticks is the drills cross your center line. So left brain, right brain. And then when we start doing something like Heaven 6, our hands are moving, but they're moving independent of each other. So it's real good for cognitive things, and we're really developing a flow. And even if you're seated, you can still move your body, those kind of things.
If someone took just one thing away from these classes, what do you hope it would be?
Self-confidence, that, hey, I can do that. I can do this. I've seen it 100 times that just learning one drill, even if like Heaven 6, learning that drill, hey, I can do that. I'm capable. Yeah, I can accomplish things. And so that would be the self-confidence.
Prior to this recording, you mentioned self-awareness to me as a pretty big thing for you. Can you touch on that in regard to these classes?
So that comes up in our walking stick for self-defense. And right away, you know, people want to whack something and learn how to hit people and everything. But the biggest thing with self-defense is situational awareness, of being aware of your surroundings. And the worst thing today are the phones, because you'll see people walking around looking at their phone. They're talking on the phone. They got their earbuds in. And far as a predator, a bad guy, they're looking for that weak person in the herd that's not aware of what's going on, that you know, so that's the main thing is be aware of your surroundings. If you're walking down the sidewalk and somebody's coming toward you and you don't feel right about it, cross the street to the other side. It's better to, you know, hurt their feelings than you get hurt. So just being aware of your surroundings is you come in a building, where are the doors? If you had to get out of the building, look at people. If they're real fidgety, or they're pacing back and forth, or they're just staring at you, things like that. That's a big part of this. But the number one thing is the phone. And my saying is, get your head out of your apps.
I love that. That's good.
So,
that's a good one.
You know, the phone can wait, you know, till you get in the car, you get home. Nothing's that, you know, you do not have to know, walking from a store to your car, you don't have to know the score of the Ducks basketball game right away. You can wait till you get in your car. So, yeah, just be aware of your surroundings.
That's a good example. That's definitely something I would look up on my way home. I know you haven't been in Eugene super long, but tell me about Hilliard Community Center and the community that's been built here.
What I like about it is we'll have class. There'll be people hanging out, playing games. So it's a true community center. It's not like, what are you doing here? What class are you taking? It's more of a kind of homey place, and it's not really big. And a lot of good work happens here.
Thanks for being here, Jeff.
Sure, thanks for having me.
And thanks to our listeners for joining us on Inside Eugene. If you're ready to experience these adaptive programs for yourself, spring sessions begin in early March. You can register now at getrec.org or stop into one of our community centers to sign up today.